Hi, everybody. It's March 1st, another month. Oh, can you imagine we're into the third month of the year already? This is Dee. And so many of you are following what I'm writing. Well, you're not reading the writing yet because I'm writing it, but you're getting the videos of what I'm doing in the sequence of my book, which is Looking for a Place to Belong, telling about my life and some of my life experience and life lessons. And right now, we're in the part that you're reading about where there was a lot of abuse and where there were a lot of things that happened that really shouldn't happen to anybody. And I've gotten your cards and I've gotten your emails and I've gotten even some gifts from some of you saying, I'm so sorry all of these things that happened to you. But the thing that I understand now is that I understand about trauma bonding. I understand it about emotional vampires. All of the things that have happened in my life, instead of saying, why did this happen to me? I look and I go, what was the lesson in this for me? How has this made me to be a better person? How has this experience made me to be more understanding, more compassionate, more loving? Because how's it made me more peaceful? Because isn't peace what we're all looking for? Isn't to have serenity within ourselves? You know, we get so busy comparing ourselves with other people. We get so busy trying to fit in. I'm amazed at how we are as we have a child. We're raising the child and we want them to be creative. We want them to do all the things that are expressive for them until they do. We want them to be themselves until they are. And then when that happens, it's like, no, you can't do this. You have to do this. What you do has to make sense. Well, does life really make sense? What makes sense is seeing the goodness in people, bringing the goodness from the inside out of who you are. So remember, as you're watching these videos that I'm posting about my life, that they're all life lessons. All of them are only life lessons. This is simply the Earth School. And it being the Earth School, there are basically 3 courses that we're taking here: love, acceptance, and forgiveness. Love, acceptance, and forgiveness. And within those 3 courses are various classes that we're taking. For instance, in the love class, love for yourself, love for your own gender, love for your own race, love for another race, love for another age group, love for nature, love for pets, and a whole plethora of different classes that we take in love that the universe puts us in. Now, whether you call it the universe, my higher power, whether you call it God, whether you call it creator, whether you call it the divine, it really doesn't matter what you call it. What is important is that you are hooked up to a power that is greater than you, that is outside of you, but is also inside of you. And in connecting that, then you have the ability and you have the courage to face everything in your life. Now, there were times I fell down. You know, I'm talking in some of my writing about the 5, 6, maybe 7 years that I went without speaking because of all the trauma that happened. I'm talking about different things, but all of those things have caused me to unfold. Remember, one of my sayings is we don't evolve, we unfold. We don't evolve, we unfold, because all of that goodness, all of that kindness, all of that joy is already inside of us. We just have to let go of the things that are keeping it from shining through. And once we're able to do that, well, then what I call the godness and the beauty of who we are begins to shine through. So as you're watching and as you've tuned into a lot of the things that I'm doing, I call it my transgender journey. But Transgender care covers a whole umbrella full of things. It covers a transsexual. It covers a drag entity. It covers a gender nonconforming. It covers a female to male, a male to female. It covers so many gender plurality. Gender expression. It covers so much of who we are. Now remember this. The absence of disease doesn't mean that you're healthy, okay? The absence of disease simply means what may work for one person doesn't work for another. For instance, if I would take a staph and I would put it in a petri dish and I would take some penicillin, in this petri dish, it kills the penicillin. But if I take that same and I treat one patient with it, it may not get the same results as another patient, because there's so many factors to our health. There's so many factors to our emotional health. There's so many factors to our mental health. One of the things that I found is morning meditation. Oh, morning meditation. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't even have to be It can be simply taking the time to breathe from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet and to center yourself. I have said that my morning meditation is the difference between hitting the delete button on the computer and the send button. Do you know when things ruffle me through the day and comments and stress? Yes, I have stress just like you. I can either say, well, I'm going to tell this person. I start doing a email I'm going to send. And I can either hit the delete button or not even start it, or I can hit the send button. Depends on how I've done and centered myself during the day. What has my intention been for the day? What is my intention? So what is your intention with your life? And as you're following me on my journey over the next few weeks and months, and as I'm writing this book and getting it ready for you, it's a book that I'm writing for you because my intention is to be a living example of resilience, to be a living example of how you can take negativity and turn it into positivity. And I know we always talk about taking lemons and making lemonade out of it, either lemonade or put it down your garbage disposal, making the garbage disposal smell sweet, or using it on your hair to make highlights, or maybe a great smell you can do. There's so many things as we take and we begin to take charge of our own life. So my story is about taking charge of your own life. And I share it with you because growing up, I'm 74 now, although, well, let's just say, I sometimes I say I don't look it, but sometimes I feel like I do look it. It's taken me 70-something years to become comfortable in my own skin. It wasn't until I reached 70 that I actually began to be comfortable with who I am. And still I'm learning more of who I am. Still, I'm learning that I am a valuable, precious human treasure. And that's not being egotistical. That's saying that when I learn how to love myself, then I can be selfless. Then I can love you because I'm not asking anything from you. I'm wanting to share who I am with you. And there's a big difference. And the difference is coming from that security and that peace and that calmness of knowing I am. This is who I am, and I'm comfortable with that. So this is kind of a little ad-lib video that I'm doing before I release the next section of my tape that we're doing on this coming Tuesday. Remember, there's a Tuesday that we're doing every week, that there's a a section of my book that I'm currently writing. And then on Fridays, I have a new thing that I'm doing, which is I call DAP Health Workout. I work at DAP. I love working at DAP. DAP Health is about health equity for everyone. It's about transgender health. It's about gay and LGBTQ health. It's about women and children. It's about men. It's about migrants. It's about people that have not. It's people that have. It's a not. I say many times, it's not an organization. It's an organism of people that are loving and caring. And yes, it's a big scope. And sometimes things get through the cracks that shouldn't. But that's how life works. So there's no excuse for it. But when an organization grows, there are places that have holes in it. And rather than look at the negativity, one needs to take a look at it and go, you know what? What is the positive thing that they're doing? Because, my friends, what you focus on does expand. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on loving your spouse. Focus on sending love out to the universe. Love does win. I'll be seeing you on the web.